In 2025, I was anxious, lost, and unable to predict the path of my life. That was my midlife moment. I wanted to change my life and finance quickly. And so I went looking for answers. And they came as principles, universal truth, predictive, stable, and foundational. And that is what I want to share with you today. Because the greatest war you ever fight is not with the world. It is with yourself. Hi, my name is Emeka and I'm a psychologist. I make psychology and self-improvement science videos to help you regain your mind and emotion, build sustainable habits for consistent growth, and design a clear, purpose-driven life you can be truly proud of. Principle number 1. External defeat always follows internal decay. Rome didn't fall because of barbarians were stronger. Rome fell because discipline weakened, values softened, and internal conflict hollowed it out. The barbarians simply arrived last. In your life, procrastination is not a problem. Distraction is not a problem. A lack of motivation is not a problem. Those are symptoms. The real problem is internal disorder. When your internal system fails, and this includes your habits, standards, identity, life doesn't need to fight you. You defeat yourself. Principle number 2. Every life has an internal order. Nations have constitutions. They have laws. They have systems. And so do you. Whether you design them intentionally or not. Your routines are laws, your beliefs are policies, your standards are enforcement mechanism. If your internal order is weak, chaos is normal. And like weak nations, you don't become vulnerable not to enemies, but to impulse. And principle number 3. Comfort is the beginning of decline. Empires don't collapse at their weakest. They collapse at their most comfortable season. That is when vigilance drops. That is when standards soften. And a man declines the same way, not when life is hard, but when life becomes easy enough to stop paying attention. Comfort creates tolerance, and tolerance creates decay. Decay creates collapse. That is why discipline feels unnatural. It exists to fight comfort. Principle number 4. What you tolerate grows. Wealth gap destroys nations. They also destroy men. Not financial wealth, character wealth. When the disciplined part of you grows weak, the indulgent part grows stronger. Internal inequality forms, resentment rises, conflict begins. What you tolerate compounds. And principle number 5. Printing motivation is like printing money. When nations get into trouble, they print money. It feels good in the short term, but it destroys value in the long term. Men do the same with motivation. Another video, another quote, another burst of emotion. Motivation is psychological inflation. Real change comes from structure, not stimulation. Discipline is the gold standard. Motivation is paper currency. Principle number 6. Identity precedes behavior. Nations don't act randomly. They act in line with who they believe they are. And so do you. If you see yourself as undisciplined, your behavior will protect that identity. If you see yourself as serious, your behavior will also rise to meet it. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. Every internal war is, and at its core, an identity war. And principle number 7. The strongest leaders govern themselves first. The greatest leaders in history share one trait. They were ordered internally. They didn't outsource discipline. They didn't rely on mood. They didn't negotiate with weakness. Self-discipline is the highest form of leadership. If you cannot command yourself, life will command you. And principle number 8. Decline is gradual, then sudden. No one wakes up ruined. Small compromises, quick neglect, delayed decision. Then one day it feels like everything collapsed at once. It didn't. The war was lost long before the final battle. Principle number 9. Pressure reveals internal structure. Crises don't change people. It reveals them. When pressure comes, strong system holds forth. Weak systems fracture. If stress breaks you, it is not because stress is that powerful. It's because your internal structure is fragile. And principle number 10. Renewal requires internal revolution. Every new order begins with disruption. You don't change by adding more. You change by removing what no longer works. The old habits, the excuses you stacked up, the old identities. Revolution is uncomfortable, but so is decay. So choose your discomfort. Principle number 11. The future is decided quietly. No empire knew the exact moment it peaked. No man knows it either. The future is shaped in ordinary days by how you choose to do what you do, what you tolerate, what you avoid. History isn't loud while it is forming, neither is your destiny. And principle number 12, earn more than you spend, at least psychologically. Nations collapse when they spend more than they earn, and so do men. If you spend more energy than you replenish, more attention than you protect, more emotions than you regulate, well, burnout is inevitable. Self-control is emotional profit. Principle number 18, treat yourself well, but not softly. Strong nations protect their people, but they don't indulge dysfunction. Strong men do the same. Self-respect is not self-comfort, it is self-command. The greatest battle you face is not out there, it is within you. Remember, no external victory is lasting without internal mastery. And so commit to knowing yourself deeply, acting with intention, and staying firm to your principles. If you can do that, nothing in the world can stop you. Thank you for listening. And now, let's get to work.